mega project is underway under the rule of Mohammed bin Salman. And like all his other projects, this one has also shaken the world. The Prophet, peace be upon him, stated that the final hour would not come until the land of Arabia reverts to meadows and rivers. And Mohammed bin Salman is all set to complete this prophecy. According to the vision of 2030 by Mohammed bin Salman, more than 30 to 40% of the land of Arabia will be made fertile and green by the year 2030. And this is his biggest project so far. This is not just unbelievable for us, the Muslims, but also for other religions. Christian scholars are calling this as a sign of the apocalypse. Brothers and sisters, the fertility and greenery in Saudi Arabia is a miracle bigger than we can imagine. It has been a desert ever since civilization has begun. Can you imagine a plantation in a desert? On top of that, there is no water, river, canal, or even enough rainfall. They are dependent on the groundwater, wells, and huge digs for drinking water even. In such conditions, when we see the hadith of the Prophet coming true, it only means that the end of times is reaching closer to us by the moment. With the recent changes in climate, Saudi Arabia has also started to experience abundant rainfalls, especially between the months of September and April. In the city of Jeddah, for example, 2 major flood events have occurred only in the last decade. The country has been a desert for centuries, and since they weren't prepared for the rainstorms, the dams failed and floods happened. The possibility of Arabia turning into a green land with water and wildlife also suggests that it once actually was a green land with water and life. Only 2 decades back, it was unimaginable for anyone. But things began to uncover when archaeologists found fossils of huge animals. For example, fossil experts say that hippos used to live here once. Imagine how much water would be here at that time that even hippos could survive. Michael Petraglia, talking about the archaeological Green Arabia project, says in an interview, "We looked at satellite images and found that there are literally thousands of ancient rivers that crisscrossed Saudi Arabia. We also now count 10,000 ancient lakes." Quite interesting, isn't it? For thousands of years, this history was known to us. Yet, the Prophet spoke of it 1400 years ago. So not only did the Prophet know a history that was hidden from us for thousands of years, but he also accurately predicted what will come in the future. But that is not it, brothers and sisters. Not only Saudi Arabia is turning green as a matter of time, in fact, the royal family of Arabia is completing the prophecy of the end of times for themselves with their own hands. Such is the wisdom of the Prophet. Mohammed bin Salman is developing this new technology called cloud seeding. He has called upon the weather experts from all over the world to develop all kinds of technology that can help grow plantations in Saudi Arabia. Isn't this ironic, brothers and sisters? Saudi Arabia itself, with its own active efforts and spending of resources, is completing the prophecy of the Prophet. They are not unaware themselves that once this happens, all the events of the end of times will start happening one after the other. As the Prophet, peace be upon him, has already said that the earthquakes and natural disasters will become so frequent, just like the beads of the rosary falling down after breaking. Why is Mohammed bin Salman so desperate to make Saudi Arabia green and complete the prophecy of the end of times with his own hands? Mohammed bin Salman can hardly think about anything other than making his government rich and sustainable without the support of oil. Now they have developed artificial rain through cloud seeding. A team of weather experts of Saudi Arabia have also devised ways to preserve even the minimum of rainfall, and then using it to maximally irrigate crops. In the first phase of this project, The Saudi government will plant 8 million trees in different parts of the country. Mohammed bin Salman has also announced huge loans with zero interest and easy payback installments, so that even the smallest pieces of land could be cultivated. Saudi Arabia is on its way to becoming the pioneer of plantation and crop production in its region, because the whole continent surrounding this desert country is also desert. By bringing back all the endangered species back to life and cultivation, Saudi Arabia will become the sole exporter of these crops to the surrounding countries. It will become economically stronger and safer. But what use will be of that when the prophecies of the Prophet will start setting in and the kingdom of Saudi Arabia will finally be split into pieces? Here are the satellite images released by NASA, where you can clearly see the appearance of fertile, green areas within a period of only 30 years. This is happening fast. What's important here is that this prophecy coming true indicates that the world is near its end. While so many prophecies are coming true, such as the drying of the Euphrates River and Arabia turning green, we should prepare for our akhirah. Are we ready and prepared enough to face our Creator? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss an update. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.